Welcome back, familia, to NorthsideLDN. Caramba, today we have a massive transfer central show. We've got a lot of big guests today. We're going to get into a lot of players linked to Arsenal, players also linked to Chelsea and more. But before we get into the show, listen, big up, Carefreelewis. How you doing, bro?
Not good. Not good. We're still reeling off the losing to a Middlesbrough B team. Our manager's making excuses left, right, and centre. There's no transfer dopamine. Haven't even made a single big transfer yet, and we're nearly halfway through the window. But it's good to be back on the channel. It's good to be back with everyone. Big up to the panel. Big up to the chat. And yeah, pray for my football club, please. Please, we need
no one will.
Nope.
No.
Hold that.
No one will.
Nope. You're around the wolves right now. You're around the wolves. Hussam, how you doing, Hussam? What are you saying, man? Big up Lewis for jumping on. Hussam.
Yeah, big up. Listen, debut on the channel. Make sure everyone watching is liking and subscribing. Actually, no, not debut on the channel. I think I was on your channel probably 2 years ago. I've known Northside for a long time, but I think our work times just hasn't, got together, to be honest with you. But we're here. Make sure guys are liking and subscribing. And yeah, top of the league, Carabao Cup final loading, FA Cup through as well. So yeah, I'm in a good place with my club right now. So yeah, big up for having me.
Nah, love, man. Love for jumping on. Will, how you doing, bro? Another debutant on the channel.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on. We've gotten our two signings for the winter, so we'll see what we got going on next. But good to be here, man. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Nah, love. Listen, we will touch on the signings that you guys have already made. Big Werner, Havertz part 2, maybe. We don't know. Uncomfortable. We'll talk about it. But love for jumping on anyway. Mo, how you doing, bro?
I'm good. Thanks for having me on. It's my first time here, actually, so I'm good. I'm good to be here. It's okay with Lewis and Hussam. That's not good.
Who brought this guy here, man?
It's fine. It's not good. It's all right. You know what? I'll just.
What did I do?
I'll deal with it. You should support Chelsea, bro.
Okay. It's just a Chelsea.
Chelsea take. Nothing against you personally. Nice guy in real life.
You guys robbed my football club for 90 million, basically.
You just have one flaw in your life. Decent guy. You just support Chelsea. It's a
I know. We got one flaw in our football club too, and he's managing us. So I hear it. Not perfect.
Listen, let's get straight into it. I want you guys' opinions. Whoever wants to go first. ZIRKZEE from Bologna, the striker, to Arsenal. Good deal or bad deal?
Who?
ZIRKZEE.
You're going to need to help me, brother.
Is that
genuinely, when I saw your title, that's the first time I've heard of that, brother.
Yeah, same.
Xerxes. That's from the
movie. You're going to have to ask the Italian guy.
So here's the deal. I didn't watch a lot of him, but every time I'm watching him, there are signs that he's a very good player. So the only thing about him that is better, for example, than Ivan Toney, which is it's not a lot, is he plays in a team that averaged the 3rd highest position in Serie A. And that's not easy to do. So that means when he comes to Arsenal, he's going to play kind of similar style. So Arsenal is a position-based team, controlled football or whatever shit they do this year. But he's a position-based team. He scores goals, very technical for a big guy, 6'4", big guy. But the only problem with him, again, is that kindergarten football club again. Instead of signing someone with experience to win you the league, you're signing another project, a prospect, you know what I mean, who had only 2 seasons in a top flight. One of them, he scored 2 goals. And then the second season, yes, he played a lot of games. But again, Arsenal signing someone on a cheap, trying to develop him to be a league winner. That's not who's going to win you the league. You'll need someone more experienced to win you the league. The signs are there for him to be a good player, but you need a ready-made now player instead of this ZIRKZEE or whatever you want to call him, you know what I mean, from the Marvels movies. You need a better player to win you the league. This is another understudy guy that should have come in under a well-established striker that scores a lot of goals. So I think it's a wrong move. You're paying for a prospect, same as Man United paid for Højlund, and they put all the pressure on him. You're going to get this guy. Yes, the signs are there, as we said, for Højlund, but I'm not sure what these Arsenal people are doing. Have they learned anything from Højlund? He looked
Nope.
good in Serie A. Yes, they paid a lot of money. You're gonna pay not a lot of money, but it looks like Arsenal are struggling with money, and that's what Arsenal fans don't realize. Someone like Northside thinks that Arsenal can go and buy £100 million player. Apparently, you don't have the money, and you're just not living in reality, bro. You aren't. This is your reality. It's the same as Hussam now asking for 150 million. Do they have 150 million? Are you Man City? You aren't. You
You want
spent.
to get me triggered already? Like 1
I
minute.
am
into
not,
the
but I'm not triggering you. You are just. You're
You know I
sensitive
have
to it.
100 million to spend. We have not broken any FFP rules. Thank you very much. And second of all, when he said Zarka, I thought it's the podcast guy. But at least it's better than Mayoral. You get me? Because Mayoral, I remember
Is
I
he
bought
though?
him.
Is he though?
I bought Mayoral with Bournemouth FIFA 17 career mode, like from 6 years ago. So
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know what
nothing
the hell
bad.
you're doing with
I
Mayoral.
think you should go for someone more experienced, to be honest. But again, reality is apparently Arsenal don't have the money. Apparently, that's what we're hearing. That you don't
You
have
can
the
make
money.
the money selling Ketia, get rid of Ramsdale.
So they
That's what I
actually
do.
put a price on Nketiah.
They apparently want to keep Nketiah though.
No,
That's
no,
what
no, no,
Palace
no,
said.
no,
That's why the
no.
club are at fault then.
No. They want to. No, they want to sell Nketiah. This morning, the news saying that he has a release clause of 50 million pounds. Another unrealistic thing from Arsenal. Nketiah isn't worth 50 million pounds. Nketiah is barely worth 20 million pounds. They want to sell him for 50 million pounds. Another joke, right? Another joke from Arsenal.
Nketiah is worth 50 million, then Tony's worth 200. For
Yes.
real.
Yep.
So
Where are we going with
again,
that?
you know more than me, Nursa. Do you have the money to pay for a top striker?
No, we don't have the money because this fan base
Abdallah.
got excited when we spent money on Havertz, when we spent money on Lokonga, Nuntavaj, Fabi Vieira.
Yeah, stop talking about the past. Here and now. Do you have the money?
Why can't we talk about the past? Past
We-
money.
we- okay, hold on. Yes. Okay. It's done. It's over. Do you have the money?
Get your
It's
popcorn, guys.
Hold on. It's over. Okay. What happened? The fuckers, they fucked up. They're fuckers, right? They fucked up. Listen. They fucked up. Okay. They fucked up. They completely fucked up. They
Okay,
screwed over. They're done, right? These guys are the Sputa guys. What you say are done, right? Do you have the money today? I want you to be realistic. Do they have the money today? They fucked up. Hang them, kill them, put them in prison, whatever you want.
They're saying that
Do they
don't,
have the money
but
now?
I'm not the accountant, so I don't know. I don't know if it's PR. It might be PR.
So you're convinced that Arsenal have the money, they just don't want to spend it. That's completely
Bro, I
different.
don't have the accounting books here for Arsenal, bro.
No, but we know the reports again. So you see, we know the reports.
And who's reporting this?
I don't know, journalists. I'm not inside the club. You are not.
So how do we know? Huh? In a court of law, how
The
do we know?
reports.
Huh?
Okay, so let me ask you. If
They
you're
don't
gonna,
report
how
lies.
do we know?
These
How do
clubs
we
don't
know
report
that
lies.
Arsenal? How do we know that actually Arsenal bid for Xerxes? How do you know? Why are we talking about this guy now? Because of what?
I'm
Because
saying
the
it's a
news
rumor.
are there. Because the news are
It's a
there,
rumor.
right?
It's a rumor. It's not 100%. It's a
Thank
rumor.
you. So
We know 90%.
why
of the
are we
rumors in the
talking
transfer
about it
window
then?
are rubbish.
So why are we talking about it?
Well, it could be true. It could not be true. I'm not saying.
Okay,
it's
so
100%.
I'm saying the same. It could be true that Arsenal don't have the money. It could be not true. But the reports are saying that Arsenal bid or interested in Xerxes, and the rumors and the reports are saying that Arsenal don't have the money. I am not an accountant as well. I don't know as well. But I live in reality. The signs are there to say that Arsenal spent a lot of money in the summer. Did you or did you not?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Okay, so the facts are saying that you spent money. So realistically and logically speaking, you won't have a lot to spend in the winter. That's logical speaking, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm wrong here. Someone,
Yeah, that
am
could
I
be,
wrong here? Logically speaking, right?
Yeah. And it,
But
and
again,
it could be PR. It could be PR, like the same PR from Tottenham that creates so much wealth. The owner's making so many revenue streams and wants to be stingy when it comes to certain signings. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, let's not go on like these clubs don't use, all these, reports and journalists to their advantage, because they do. So
They
I don't
do.
know what to believe.
100%
All I know
they
is
do.
the past mistakes are catching up to us. And this is why when we get signings that I don't believe are good enough, I'm annoyed by it. And when people say, oh, it's a shrewd signing, not really. I've seen so many bums sitting at clubs receiving wages for multiple years. Phil Jones, Rob Holding at my club, El Nene still receiving money for how many years? You know what I mean? So this is the problem. And then you have a problem moving them on, because then they're on big wages that nobody else wants to get them for. And they'll just sit on their contract because they're not obliged to move on. They have a contract. So this is the problem, bro. I think ultimately it's poor judgment. Even if we have the money, I don't want this guy. I don't know this guy. This
we
guy.
agree on this. We agree on this. It's not the guy
because
that's
this guy
going to win
could
you
be
the league this year, and it's not the guy that's going to win you the league next year.
No,
we agree.
No.
Okay, we agree.
Yeah, we agree on that. Anybody else?
What do you want? What do you want? Do you want a 50 million? Do you want a 100 million pound player today?
Yeah, sell most of the bums because Arteta don't trust them. He waits to the 80th minutes to use this bench, so he doesn't believe in them. Sell them.
I agree. You should sell about 6 players of your club. Yeah, we agree. I'm never gonna argue this. I'm never gonna argue this. And Nenny, Kivior, Jorginho should be sold. Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah should be sold. Smith Rowe should be sold. Yeah, we agree on this, right? But you haven't sold them yet, and apparently no one's coming in with the price that Arsenal Football Club want. Nobody's fucking buying Nketiah for 50 million. Now, what they're fucking deluded out there. Eddie Nketiah for 50 million. What is this shit?
No, there will be clubs that will buy Eddie Nketiah.
For 50 million.
Not for 50.
No, let me tell you.
50.
Eddie Nketiah is a mid-table club striker. Eddie Nketiah would do fine at Palace and Brentford and stuff. Like, it's not like it's not like he'll fail everywhere. His level is a mid-table striker. You know, Eddie Nketiah is the type of guy you create him maybe 2-3 chances, he scores 1. Like, you know, that type of stuff. Maybe on the counter-attack, some of these clubs could use him. I think Palace actually makes the most sense for him. That's why they wanted him to begin with, because they've got, I think, Mateta and the other guy up top. I think it's actually a weakness in their team, their striker position. He's also homegrown. Remember, homegrown quota matters as well. So, yeah, I think Nketiah would do well in a mid-table club, 100%. I was actually shocked in the summer when Arsenal didn't want to sell him. As soon as they got 40 million bid, I think it was, they should have let go directly and then you know, possibly got someone in.
Yeah, I mean, I want to move on now. Apparently, there's reports that Juventus are looking at Charlie Patino, and Arsenal could look to do a swap deal, Charlie Patino for Vlahovic. Thoughts, anyone?
Patino for Vlahovic
plus cash.
Okay, yeah, now that makes a bit more sense. That sounds so one-sided. How much is the fee meant to be?
They're saying about 60 million, 60, 70 million. I've seen reports are varying.
60, 70 million plus Patino.
Plus Patino for Vlahovic.
I mean, it's not too bad. The guy's a bit injury prone. I don't know if he's sorted out that groin issue, but he's a good goal scorer. So I guess it would be a more experienced option for you guys.
Who is this guy? Can someone enlighten my ignorance?
Charlie Patino.
Yeah, who's this guy?
Oh, he's another one of the youngsters, one of Project Youth that these man gassed up.
Has he ever played a first team football? Ever?
I've never
watched. He played
him
once.
I've never seen this guy.
Have you not seen his legs? Top Gooners loves watching young players' legs. You know, have you seen his legs?
Oh my god!
Oh, he plays in the championship.
Good quads.
That sounds so wrong.
Like Lewis's manager was picked because of his legs, right? So
it's either the legs or the hairstyle. You know what I mean? That's how you judge a player these days. Legs, hairstyle, and highlight clips on YouTube. That's how. Don't
forget aura.
Wallahi, I never seen this guy. I looked up his guys, the guy have never played 1 minute in the Premier League for Arsenal. 1 minute. Never. Okay, so what do we...
I think they were talking about Vlahovic as a decent goal scorer, and he had a groin issue. I think that's what Lewis was talking, right?
Yeah, I was talking about Vlahovic, not Patino. Yeah. I ain't got a clue about that, brother. All I know is he's got some fancy chant at Blackpool when he went on loan there, and we nicked it for Mudryk. That's it.
Anyone rate Vlahovic? Because personally, I don't want Vlahovic.
I think you want.
I know who you want. You want Haaland. You want Haaland.
I do want Haaland, but that won't happen. I was told on phase 5 we're gonna go get Mbappe.
So how long till phase 5 though? Could be in the summer.
37 years.
I don't know.
So Vlahovic is worse than Lukaku.
You think so?
Yeah, it's worse than Lukaku. I've watched both for years. Vlahovic is worse than Lukaku. His first touch is similar to Lukaku. He's not as quick as Lukaku. He's not as strong as Lukaku. I don't think he's a very good football player. As a football player, I don't think he's amazing at all. He had like good season at Fiorentina, went to Juventus. Yeah, all right. I don't think he's that good, to be honest. This whole notion of Vlahovic, it's just the name. It's just that half a season or a season and a
He's
half.
a
that he
good
plays at
finisher,
Premier
though.
He's all right, Hussam. He misses a lot of freaking chances, bro.
But doesn't the Premier League kind of suit like a big, strong center forward though? Like,
If you're
I think
technical,
Vlahovic makes sense for Arsenal, by the way.
or
I
if
don't
you
think
can,
that-
or if you can have a good conversion rate, one or the other.
Low-key, Arsenal need a robot who could put the ball in the back of the net. You know, so maybe Vlahovic could work.
can't be any worse.
don't know.
I don't think they do that. But I don't think they need.
I don't actually know. I don't think they need the bot. I think they need someone with a bit of swagger. I think Chelsea need the bot, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I think
Well,
I agree with you.
We need Jesus.
Chelsea need the robot who can put the ball in the back of the net. I think Arsenal needs someone with a bit of swagger because that Arsenal game against Liverpool, you know, I said this in the earlier on stream as well. I was like, you know, when someone says something and it just sticks in your mind. Me and Lewis, when we were on the back again pod, Troops was like, essentially Arsenal always try to pass it into the back of the net. And when I was watching that Arsenal Liverpool game, you know, when someone tells you something about their team and you just keep thinking about it. And I was watching that game, and there was a moment in that game where Reece Nelson was literally ahead of Trent. He then passes it back to Odegaard, who then passes it back to Rice, who then passes back to Saliba. I was like, your left winger was just isolated on my right back, and the ball ended up at your center back somehow. So I feel like there isn't any Arsenal forward right now that's willing to take a risk. I think Arsenal need a forward with a bit of swagger, someone who's gonna, you know, shoot from outside the box, take risks, do stuff like that. I think they're really lacking in that department.
That is Pep. So Pep, people used to say that Pep used to teach his players not to make any pass with a chance of less than 90% to reach your teammate. Arsenal are still stuck in Pep's 5 years ago when they used to a corner used to go back to the defender to start an attack again. They are stuck in that. Arteta only learned that from Pep. He didn't learn the new way of Pep, taking risks, taking a player one-on-one. He didn't learn that. He's still stuck in like, let's pass the ball until we walk the ball in the back of the net. I think that's when Arteta lacks experience, though, that he's not adapting, he's not learning. As you said, Hussam, you will get a risky pass where you can get a player one-on-one with the goalkeeper. They wouldn't do it. They would rather pass the ball back. That's why Declan Rice, by the way, lately people are realizing Declan Rice isn't playing the ball between the lines to break the lines. He's playing the simple passes left and right. While someone like Bissouma is doing that. Someone like Rodri now is doing this. Man City evolved under Pep. Arteta, they didn't evolve at all. They aren't taking risks. They didn't take exactly what you said. And that's what Pep used to do at Barcelona. That's what Pep used to do at Man City in the beginning. He used to walk.
The difference is he had Messi.
Exactly.
Arsenal don't have Messi.
Yes. But even at Man City, they used to actually have the players to be able to walk the ball in the back of the net. The Centurion year used to be like, let's pass the ball until someone actually tap it from the goal line. They don't do that. Arsenal don't have the players to do this. Arteta is stuck. He thinks he learned everything from Pep. Pep is a fox. He didn't teach him everything. He was let go before that.
Sly bastard, because he thought he has convinced the rest of the 18 people to play Pep ball, and then he plays Pep ball with better players than the rest of the people playing Pep ball. And the only guy to beat Pep Guardiola is the one guy who has a different style to Pep over the last 5 years. So, you know, I think there is not much originality from these managers anymore. Like, kudos to Chris Wilder for being a bit original. I think Thomas Frank at Brentford is a bit original. The rest of them, everyone wants to do 4-3-3, play out from the back, all this crap. You know, Klopp obviously has his different style of football, and it's the only one who's been successful against Pep. But I think when it comes to Vlahovic, when it comes to Arsenal's forward line, there's one thing I will say. I don't think everything is Arteta's fault, but if Arteta does not sign a forward this January and he signs Onana, or he signs any other position, then I know Arteta's just being stubborn. This is where I would be like, yo, Arteta should get sacked the next day, because he's essentially saying he can win the league with Jesus, Martinelli, and Saka, and we all know that's not going to happen. So because that's not going to happen, they clearly need a forward. Would Vlahovic be worse than the players that they have? No. Is he maybe good enough to push them to a title? I don't think so. But, you know, at least maybe I think he's probably a better finisher than anyone at Arsenal right now. So that's maybe the positive in the Vlahovic thing. But Arsenal definitely need the striker. So I think that's the thing.
But let me ask you something. Do you think Vlahovic will come into Arsenal knowing that he's going to be behind Jesus in the picking order? Or do you think
into Arsenal, you should be above him.
So here's the problem.
Vlahovic should be above Jesus.
So you are creating another Raya Ramsdale problem. So what is Jesus going to do?
Probably have
but
to
we've got
improve his
competition like
performances,
that on
no?
the left-hand
Sit on the
side.
bench like he did at City.
Yeah, you need to have competition like that.
Yeah, we've
Like,
got
Yeah,
maybe
why
not in
don't
goal,
they
maybe
do
not in
left
goal,
wing?
but outfield you should.
So that's
We've
the
got
only
competition
thing.
left
like
wing,
that on
play
the
Sam
right
right-hand
just
wing.
the
side.
answer. Sam just said that because
Yeah.
Martinelli isn't performing, Jesus
Yes,
might
they
be
Jesus
shifted
left
to
wing.
left wing. But the reason why I'm asking this question is that are Arsenal positioned to get 2 top players in every position? Yeah, Arsenal
Why not?
Football Club is a big club and all of that, but not every club in the world will be able to get a top 2 players in the top of their game, or they think so, to actually sit on the bench for one another.
Well, they do if they reach their targets, and they should still be trying to go for the Premier League and the Champions League. So you gotta act like that.
But they haven't done that yet. Like, imagine
But
if
they're
you ask
still in
Bowen,
track to do it. That's the thing. Even though, let's say they're 4th and everything, take agendas aside, they're still in the race. Same thing with the Champions League. They're
Yeah.
still in it.
do you think so, Lewis? Do you think they can, for
You're such a
example,
liar, Lewis.
convince
You're such a
convince
liar.
Oh, I got no
Bowen?
faith in them anyway, but like they're gonna think they got a chance.
No, the Champions League. Take that back right now. You know they ain't
Oh,
gonna
you
win
think
that.
I think they're gonna win it? No, but like if
Yeah.
you're an Arsenal fan, you're gonna think, oh, we got a chance.
No, I don't
If
even
you've
think
got
they
any
have a chance.
semblance of like standards, you're gonna think you got a bit of a chance.
Nope, because it's essentially it's roboticized. Man City had much better players. Pep roboticized all of them, and they still couldn't win until they got non-robots to do non-robotic things,
And they changed
like
the
a
system.
Grealish, like a Bernardo.
Hey, I don't
like
think
a
they're winning
KDB.
either. So cool.
Yeah, no,
I
I
mean,
know,
from
but
their
I look at
perspective.
the Arsenal side, and they're all bots, bro. There is no one with like in the Champions League. You have seen your club win a Champions League. You need someone when your club needs it. Take the ball and say "fuck you all." I'm gonna score a goal type thing.
Yep.
And Arsenal
Yep.
don't have that.
I hear that. That's why, from our perspective, we don't see them winning it. But from an Arsenal perspective, they're going to think they have a chance. So you need to try and get the players necessary to do it.
Yeah, facts. Let's move on from Arsenal. Chelsea linked to Ivan Ferguson. Lewis, come on, man. Smile, man. Trust the process. You're in a youth project. You know?
Oh, I hate football right now. But like these Evan Ferguson links, like we've had a lot of these sorts of articles about us, where in reality they're saying a whole load of nothing. Like I've even seen this article, so it's from TalkSport, and they're saying we could break the British transfer record with a move for Evan Ferguson. And Brighton believe he's worth more than the 115 million British record fee they got for Caicedo. I can make the exact same article. I did it on my stream. Chelsea could go in for Erling Haaland. Man City feel like they could get a lot more than the 51.1 million that they spent on him. We could do the exact same thing. In reality, Evan Ferguson is a name on a list. That's it. We could break the transfer record for him. We also could not. We haven't spoken to the player. We haven't agreed terms with him. We haven't spoken to Brighton about him. That's just there to rattle Chelsea fans because, oh, we're going for yet another inexperienced young player over the experienced striker. And if we do that, I understand it, but we're not. That is just like, it's another think piece to try and rattle Chelsea fans. I've seen so many over the last 12 days because we're not really doing anything on the transfer front. We're potentially looking at getting Oshman on a pre-agreement. Gallagher may go if someone puts 45 million plus add-ons in for him.
Spurs.
But nothing's really happening. Nothing's happening. So it's just been a bit quiet on our front and everyone's just recycling news left, right, and center. I haven't seen a new article about Chelsea in ages when it comes to transfers. It's just the same stuff. So those Evan Ferguson links, I don't think are going anywhere. Nowhere fast.
Who do you want? Who would you want?
One of Tony or Osimhen, ideally. Like if I had to pick. Going for a left back as well if we can do. Because I'm sick of Cole at left back. We shouldn't even be putting him there in the first place. Although the championship left back team of the season just got shifted off to Borussia Dortmund without having any starts at the left back position.
Why would Osimhen or Tony go to Chelsea now?
Yes.
God knows, but try. I'm not saying don't try. If they want to come join this mess, welcome. We'll offer you all the money in the world. Everything
you aren't one of these guys that sit here and tell me that yes, they will believe in the project. Yes, you aren't one of these.
I don't believe in the manager running this project. So no. I wouldn't blame them if they looked at this and thought, nah, we're the 2 out of 10 in the club that stinks and didn't wash for 3 days. Calm, I hear it. But
you know, on YouTube, you guys, sometimes footballers watch, content and stuff. Big up everyone in the chat. You get me? NorthsideLDN. Like and subscribe. And if you're a football player watching this right now, do not join that cesspit. Please look at what
Ignore
Caicedo
him.
done.
He's still
Please
bitter
look at
about
what
Caicedo.
Caicedo done. He cannot
another
sleep at night because he could have been top of the league.
Another
under
day.
Jurgen Klopp,
Another day
under
where he
Jurgen
brings up
Klopp,
Caicedo
and
and
now
nobody
he
brings
used
him
into
up.
Carefreelewis's
Let him
streams.
go.
Shouting,
Let
"Watch
him
out,
go.
all of you."
He said
Hold
no.
back,
He rejected you.
Caicedo.
You're moving like
You
a
get
bitter
me?
man at the prom night who got rejected by your date, man. Leave him. He
No
said
problem.
no.
Yes,
He said
and
no.
now the guy that she rejected now owns a Ferrari, and he's driving through the city, and he's top of the league,
Owns a
baby. So
Ferrari.
hold
You
back.
haven't got the Ferrari
Anyway,
yet.
let
Win
me
the
speak.
Ferrari.
Lewis, can I just
Oh,
speak?
you better hope we don't win the Carabao. I swear on my life. You
Listen,
better hope we don't win. We're not
I don't
winning
think
anyway.
much is at fault at Chelsea currently. I think Todd Bowley is at fault, but I think with signings, if they sign Evan Ferguson, then this is just. I think Lewis will 100% go bald within like the next 6 months because it's another inexperienced guy. Like Evan Ferguson, obviously the talent is there. We can all see it. But once again, he's 16 years old. You know, that's the age Chelsea like to buy them. And a striker at that age probably needs 2, 3, 4 years still to develop. So maybe his first year, he might get 10 goals, the year after 15, the year after 20. So it's a step-by-step thing. So, you know, he'll probably have a lot of big chances missed and shit like that. So I don't think Evan Ferguson is the type of player to take a team now to the mountaintop. He might take a team to the mountaintop 2, 3 years from now. Like if a team has a project to win 2, 3 years from now, which is, to be fair, Chelsea. So he could move there and make an impact in the long run. Not short term, though. Short term, I don't think. Like, obviously, he'd have a positive impact because, like, respectfully, they employ Broya and Jackson. Dumb and dumber right there. So Evan Ferguson is obviously better than them both.
I respect Nicholas Jackson. With
Lewis,
Penzi
have
be
some
level with
shame and
Haaland. With Penzi
Have
be level
some
with
shame and decorum. Have some shame, Lewis. Where is your
If this
shame?
guy took penalties, he'd be dining with Son, Solanke, and Haaland. Try not to speak. Try not to speak.
Yo, Solanke's
And
doing
where
his thing
would
right
Palmer
now,
be
though. I
dining?
don't know, he's
if
delivering.
Hey,
Chelsea's
yeah.
winning?
So's
Solanke's
Nico.
delivering.
He
How
don't
much did
get
you get?
pens.
Hussam, how much did you get for Solanke? 30 mil? 20 mil?
Yeah, we got 30 minutes.
Nah, listen.
By
Top
the way,
gooners
Solanke is a
Solanke.
prime example. See this Ferguson stuff. Think about it. When did we sell Solanke? At the end of the 17-18 season. This is the season now that everyone's like, whoa, Solanke is actually improving. So it's been, what, 4 or 5 years? So when you get a striker like that, you're going to have to give him time, you know, because strikers at that age, they don't come in and bang. Evan Ferguson ain't going to come in and give you 20 goals first year. He's not. He's not. It's just strikers like that take time. So
It's also
yeah,
why
and
I'm not
listen,
saying sell Jackson or anything. Just get me someone a bit more experience. Let him grow. Let him.
Vlahovic makes sense for you, Lewis. I'm surprised you didn't say you want Vlahovic.
Everything Mo says just characterized everything else too, but I thought him as too injury prone. The guy had some big groin issue in the summer, and apparently it could have been long term or something. So I wasn't really that interested anyway. Osimhen or Tony, like it would have been worth waiting if we get one of them, but we still have to wait and see.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. Listen, we're gonna go to Will because he's been a bit quiet. Want to bring him into the conversation. Then we'll go to Hussam because I can't see no links with Liverpool. I don't know what's going on there, man. This is dry as the Sahara Desert right now in terms of transfers for your club. But let's go to Will. Will, you've got Werner in. You've got your centre back in. Are you happy so far with your business in the transfer window for Spurs?
Not really, no. 5 out of 10 for me so far. I don't think that while we've made early signings, which is a positive because we're very, 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 very short right now. I mean, anybody who's not Eric Dyer is a bonus. But we're not going after the first targets, right? Like Timo Werner on loan. I mean,
Gallagher?
Lewis knows better than that. Better than me.
Yeah, your problem now, my friend.
Yeah,
Gallagher, though? What about Gallagher?
Yeah, would you like to buy another problem?
He may be.
They are linked to Gallagher.
I think Gallagher would fit well in our system.
I'm just waiting for them to move and do something. Like, come on, just 45 minutes.
I think Gallagher would work well in our system personally. If he played a similar role like he played at Palace, I think he would be a valuable squad member for us. Like he's not going to.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't start, but he'd be a good squad player. I hear it.
So the Gallagher one, I wouldn't be upset about. The Dragonson signing for me, I think as a backup for Romero and Van der Ven is good. Who knows? He could even be better than everybody thinks, but he's not Todibo, and that's who I would have liked to see us pick up. Someone who kind of
Leave
fits
him
the
alone.
same type of a player as Romero, who can kind of come in, who's physical, you know, good press resistant center back. So for me, that would have been who I would have looked for, because Romero getting cards and injuries and stuff like that, he's going to probably miss 10 games this season. So someone who could slot right in there next to Van der Ven, I think would have been a better deal. I don't know enough about Dragonson, to be honest, to really say whether he's going to be good or not. But yeah, but for me, the only place we're missing right now is we need more midfielders, and we need quality midfielders. Madison being out has really hampered our creativity. Kulusevski playing in that 10 role has been a fix for that, but we need. So Bentancur is going to have to play in the 6 role because of Basuma being out or whatever. We need a little bit more quality, because Oliver Skip, and he's just not that guy. Højbjerg is probably going to go this window as well. I would like to get Manu Cohn from Mönchengladbach. I think he's a Basuma-esque type of a player that can beat.
Isn't
press,
Madison
break
back
lines.
like next week, or am I speculating?
Should be.
Few days, yeah.
Yeah, he's been
He should be
practicing-
back.
He's been training on
I
grass
thought
for a
he's gonna
while.
be. He might be in the squad for United, right?
There's a possibility. I think more people are looking. Who do we play after that? Burnley. It's either Burnley or Brentford. I can't remember, but I think it's the game after United when they're expecting him to make it back. But Cone or Kone, or however you pronounce that, Kone in French. That's the guy who I think we should pick up. I call him Baby Basuma. So I think you guys were linked with him this summer, weren't you, Hussam?
Yes, I actually wanted him as well in the summer,
That's what I was.
but
I
then
don't
he
know
decided to go
about-
to
yeah.
Caicedo, and then that's what happened.
Yeah, he's good. He's a Basuma-esque type of a player. So
Okay.
not super creative, but he takes the guy on the dribble, breaks lines, breaks the press, which is in the Postecoglou system. That's like when we were flying at the beginning of the season was because Basuma was doing exactly that. So, and we're lacking that right now, to be honest. So.
No, I hear that. Listen, what is up with your club, Lewis? Yeah, you guys always get rid of your dead wood nicely. You always got good fees for your dead wood. Everyone buys up your dead wood. You know what I mean? Mine is like a pensioner's home right now. You know what I mean? My club, Man United. You know what I mean? Even Liverpool. Look at that Solanke deal. You got to get rid of your dead wood as well. You move them on.
We
You know
sell
what I'm
well.
saying? What's going on? Because Werner going to Tottenham, for me, doesn't move the needle. You know, this centre back, I haven't seen him, so I'll judge him when I see him. I'm not going to invent stuff. I haven't seen the player. But the Werner deal was like, what's going on? You do need replacement for Maddison, though, at Tottenham. I think, yeah, you still need a striker for me, because I don't think the goals are going to come from Werner. I'm not convinced. I think, go on.
I don't think he's going to play in the striker role. I think he's actually going to play on the left wing. And while Timo Werner can't finish, in a similar way, like I thought Richarlison didn't look as bad on the left as far as like in transition and creating chances. Like Richarlison's work rate, he's not scared to take a man on. Timo Werner will do the kind of same thing. So my picture of him coming in is you put Son back down the middle, and all Timo has to do is find Son, and then it's in the back of the net, right? So I
him to
don't
find
envision him
Son.
as a striker. Huh?
Go on, Lewis.
You just need him to find Son.
Just need him to find Son. That's it. That's all
The
any of
guy's
our players need to do is just find Son.
The guy,
I'll just say best
is a
of luck.
bum. The guy is a bum.
Who? Richarlison?
Timo Werner, Richarlison is another bum.
Both.
Yeah,
Oh.
Richarlison's a bum.
Richarlison is worse than Calvert-Lewin, bro. Like, I'm being serious, bro. The guy shouldn't be a footballer in the Premier League. The guy cannot dribble,
Brazil's
cannot
number
walk
9.
the
How the
ball.
fuck does he start for Brazil as well? How
Like,
does he?
no, the guy cannot pass, cannot
Football
dribble,
is finished.
cannot like doesn't have the basic elements. Whoever chose that guy as a youngster to be a football player should get sacked. Whoever chose that guy, like the guy doesn't have the basics of football. Right?
Oh, Werner or Richarlison?
No, Richarlison doesn't know how to pass. The guy doesn't know how to dribble. He's slow. He's not even quick like Nunez, bro. Like he's not even quick. Like
The
I don't
Brazilian
get it.
Havertz. The
He's
Brazilian
good.
What
He's
does
good.
he
He's got a
have?
good header on him, though. That's about it.
Which is, by the way, just to let you know, by the way, it only came late. This header thing is coming because the crosses from Kulusevski are top notch. You know what I mean? The people are putting the ball on his head. Yes, you can learn movement.
Major
I don't think he
forearm.
lacks. I think he lacks basic abilities of a football player. Like if you're choosing 5-a-side now, you aren't choosing Richarlison, are you? If me and
Hell
you,
no.
No.
Hell no, are you mad?
Richarlison.
Richarlison 5-a-side.
Exactly.
Of course not.
Imagine a professional footballer. We're talking about. We're not taking him on our 5-a-side team.
You know, Mo, the problem with what you just said, there's a problem with what you just said. Lacks basic footballing skills is exactly what describes Timo Werner. So they have two basically people that lacks footballing skills. That's the problem. I actually think Spurs' best forward, and I'm a big fan of him, is Brennan Johnson. I really like him. I think he's always involved. Anytime Spurs do some shit, he's always there. Like I know in the final third, like sometimes his decision making ain't the best and stuff, but he's always in a dangerous position. Like he's always actively there when Spurs are trying to create something, which I like about him. Like he's always involved.
Transitionally, he's good. It's just the final
Yeah.
third that's the problem.
Yeah, but what I mean is I never watch Spurs and go like, oh, Johnson's having a bad game. Like I know sometimes he makes bad decisions and shit, but I look at him and I think he's actually more likely he has a good game, to be honest with you. But with Spurs' signings, I think Dragusin could be a good signing. I mean, he was linked to Bayern. You know, so obviously it's not like he's some bum.
Well, I
He
mean,
has
they bought
something
Eric
about-
Dyer. I wouldn't go on that one. So
Yeah, I was about to say until they were linked to Eric Dyer. That's where like you know, but the Dragusin he could be a good signing. And anyway, they're getting him as backup. So you know, when Romero isn't there, stuff like that. So should be a good signing. Werner, look, from an accountant perspective, respectfully, this is not when I made my channel, I didn't call it this is money. I called it this is football. We football fans. I don't care about the accountant perspective. Yes, it makes sense from a financial perspective, but from a footballing sense, I don't see Werner working at Spurs at all, in my opinion. I think like what he's fast and he works hard. That's about it, to be honest with you. So, like, yeah, I don't think that will work.
I mean, that's
But
what
I think,
Chicago looks for, though, right? It's fast players that work hard. I mean, so I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
but you have to
we'll
be able
see.
to make the decisions in the final
No,
third.
I
You have to
agree
be
with
able to be smart, finish as well.
Because Brendan
Like-
Johnson's that same player for me. He's fast and he works hard, but he can't finish.
Yeah, he's a light
I
skin-
think
he's a
Brennan
light skin
Johnson is a
Traore,
good
bro.
too. I think
He's the
Johnson's
light
a good
skin
player.
Traore. That's where he is.
Sam,
bro. He
here is
runs
the
fast.
difference between. So here is the difference between Werner and Richarlison.
Look, Sam, it's true. You're, bro. Come on, stop being nice, man. The guy's a bum, bro. You know what I
Okay.
mean? He's a light skinned.
Oh, Johnson or Werner?
Talking about
No,
Johnson,
Brendan Johnson is the
light-skinned,
light skinned
obviously.
Iwobi, bro. You know what I mean? Very good.
I
at-
disagree.
good
with
as-
that. I really like him. I really like
Like,
him.
I actually
football.
thought that Brendan Johnson was very rash at first, and I'm like, why are they getting this guy? But again, to be honest, every time I'm watching him, I'm like, oh Sam, he isn't bad. You can't
Yeah,
just
he
sit here
isn't
and
bad.
say, oh my God, you are a bum. You shouldn't be playing football here. I'm like, no. Sometimes
He's a
he
good
belongs-
dribbler as well, you know. He's a very good dribbler.
Hussam, just going back to what you said about Werner and Richarlison, the difference between both of them is that Timo Werner has a history of playing good football for Leipzig before he joined Chelsea. There's a reason why he joined Chelsea. He was very, very good. He played for the German national team. So there is a player there. There was a player there. Can Ange extract that player again? Which is what Arsenal fans, the hopeful Arsenal fans said about Kai Havertz. Because Kai Havertz was a good footballer at Leverkusen. Timo Werner was a good footballer, but he hasn't played very well for a long, long time. Can Ange get that out again?
He's
I
fourth
think
choice
that's a
at
very
Leipzig right now.
Yeah, but the guy played 200 minutes, as you said.
Yeah, okay, but the Werner you're talking about was the Werner before even Chelsea got him.
Yeah, I
So
said
that's
that
such a long time ago.
4 years ago, 2019 or something.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
can the thing about it is that do you trust Ange to get the best out of him? I'm not sure. But
haven't
No,
seen
it's
it.
not even about the trust Ange thing. Ange improves players 100%. Klopp improves players 100%. But you cannot give a manager a bum and then go like, oh, you improve players, so improve him. Like you, so,
Yeah, man, a
so
miracle
all,
one.
all the managers who have coached Werner, they're all crap. Obviously not. The guy just can't finish in front of goal.
Yeah.
That's his problem, not the
See, I don't
manager's
think
problem.
Ange.
No, he's also horribly offside. He's got no first touch. His passing range isn't great, and he can't beat a man to save his life.
and
So
he
you
doesn't
made
have
it
any
good work.
positional awareness.
So Lewis,
No,
ready
No,
to
he's
do
got
what?
good off-the-ball movement. You can give him that. He's got good work rate.
I don't want to hear the work rate, man. I swear, I don't want to hear that.
Oh yeah, me too. But like
Yeah.
when people say positives, you gotta give him the bare minimum.
Fuck work
Like,
rate.
work
If I
rate.
play
It's
for
not work
Chelsea
rate, yeah.
Football
It's-
Club,
you cannot
let
say
me just
I'm
say that.
cancelling that
The
word.
the word work rate is the most overrated. If I play for Chelsea and get paid that much, I will bust my ass on the pitch every single minute.
Exactly. You,
Bro,
you
my
pay
mum
me
got
work rate,
£100,000 a
bro.
week.
A bit louder for the Gallagher stands in the back.
Bro, my mum runs to the bus with her Oyster card every day. She got work rate and she's in her late 50s. Man, talk about work rate. Yeah, and she's not on what these bums are on. I don't want to hear about work rate.
Work
No,
rate,
man, work rate,
work
expected
rate.
tackles,
Okay,
all of that.
listen. Work
Oh,
rate
man.
was tackling. Work rate was
Oh, he runs around.
crossing,
There's another one.
work
Well,
rate
he's
was
got legs
something
now.
else. But
He's got
to
legs.
only build your own persona on your own opinion about a player based on his work rate is like, okay, so everybody, you can get a player from League One, they will kill themselves on the pitch for you if they get paid that much. But they need to have some basic abilities with this work rate. I disagree with you on Gallagher, though. Gallagher has been good for Chelsea the majority of the season.
Yeah,
You're an ungrateful guy. You're an ungrateful guy.
No.
You're an ungrateful guy. You
I'm
don't want to.
ungrateful.
You don't
Ungrateful
want
for what?
Let
Enzo.
him be
Ball
ungrateful
has
and then he come
always
play
been
for
The
the
me.
draw-
draws against Manchester City and Arsenal.
You don't. You Lewis. You're one of these guys. You don't want to slack Enzo.
Oh
You
no,
don't want
he's
to
got the
slack
gavel out
Enzo.
now.
You don't
Oh.
want to talk about Enzo, but you want to talk about Gallagher. You don't want to.
What's
Talk about
Mo,
Enzo,
tell
man.
him, let's
Talk
go.
about Enzo.
Oh
Have
my
the
Mo
balls
has chosen
to
his
sit
target
on
for
the
the
stream.
stream.
I've said my
Talk
big.
about Enzo.
I've said
You don't.
overall the entire midfield has been poor this season, but Gallagher has been much worse than Enzo and
Are
Caicedo.
you-
Much
okay.
worse.
No, I'm done here. Is that real?
Be done. I watch every Chelsea game.
We do
I don't
too.
care.
Do you think? What do you think I do all day? I watch
I
Chelsea.
don't
don't
know
know
what
why.
You're a toxic
Hey,
fan
my
online,
friend.
talking in camera. What do
Do
you
you,
do?
okay, so you're saying that Gallagher has not been one of the best midfielders at Chelsea this season?
No.
This season?
look.
Name
No.
the performances. He played well against Arsenal. Go on, name another.
Played well against Arsenal. Played well against Liverpool. Man City.
That's enough for me.
Luton.
Don't want to talk about Enzo.
Luton.
Don't want to talk about
Okay, here you
Enzo.
go. Northside. He's
Don't
counting.
want to talk about Enzo.
Bro, that's like 3 or 4
That's about it.
performances in 18
Now,
games.
if we want to talk about bad performances, we can go Bournemouth, we can go Aston Villa, we can go Manchester United, we can go Brighton, we can go Crystal Palace, we can go Luton away.
All right.
Which other ones do
Can I
we
ask you a
have?
question? In these games, was he better than
Brentford.
the others? In these games, was he better than the others?
So Bournemouth, Ugo Chukwu was our best midfielder. Aston Villa, don't think anybody was good. So what was the other ones? Burnley, I would say Enzo and Caicedo were better. Palace, I'd say both of the other midfielders were better. Newcastle, I'd say Enzo was our better midfielder. Let me get the rest of the fixtures
Enzo
up. If
high.
you want to go on a
Enzo
game-by-game basis, we'll
How's
go
that?
on.
No, we're not. Forget game by game. That's your opinion.
No. You want me to go through the games? We'll go through the games, my friend. I don't mind.
Who has been
So,
Chelsea's best midfielder
Bournemouth,
this
like I
season?
said, Ugo Chukwu. Aston Villa, none of the midfielders were really that great. Which ones? Fulham away, he had a good performance. Burnley, he didn't. I think Enzo was our better midfielder. Arsenal, like I already said, £300 million midfielders. He was the best midfielder on the pitch. Brentford, he wasn't good. Man City played well. Newcastle, he was crap. Enzo was our better player. Brighton, he was crap. He was probably the worst player on the pitch. Everton, he was crap. I don't think any other midfielder was good that game either. Wolves, he was crap, but I'll give him the credit. He had to hold the pivot by himself. Luton in the win, he was crap. Palace in the home win, he just passed backwards all the time. But hey, my player of the season.
Okay.
Apparently.
First in interceptions per 90. First in tackles, successful tackles. Second
No,
in chances created for
He has
Chelsea.
the most minutes of all the midfielders, by the way.
Okay.
Listen,
So,
Yeah,
can we go
because
through the rest?
because
Wait.
your manager,
I'll go through the rest, by the way.
your
Most
manager,
wait. Most shots in the league, but he hasn't got a goal. Most forward passes, which is probably crazy. No, he hasn't got most forward passes. He's got the most passes. Majority of them would be backwards, by the way.
You
Or just
think
like
that
5
Conor
yards.
Gallagher hasn't been good
sideways
at all
pass.
this season? You
Most
think Conor
chances
Gallagher-
created, even though he takes all of our set pieces. Most interceptions, loses the ball half the time and has to win it back. Cool. Do you want to keep doing this?
Listen,
I watch the
difference
games. I
between me and you
don't
is
the
that
narrative.
I will say that Conor Gallagher is not good enough for Chelsea if you say that the others have not been performing as well.
I
All
think
of them
Caicedo's actually been really good for us, but Enzo's had
has been
underwhelming
all right.
periods.
Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now
Yeah,
we're
there
going
you
in
go.
the
You
same way.
think it's just an
Now
end
we're
zone?
talking.
I can agree he's been
Hold on.
underwhelming at
All
periods.
right.
It's
Now
not
we're
like
talking.
Gallagher's been our best midfielder.
That's
No,
see
you
that
lose me there.
you are
You lose
different
me there.
because I will see on streams with Chelsea fans the only single Conor Gallagher, and they're like, when we mention any other player, they're like, oh nope.
Yeah, that I
Well,
don't
they've been
agree
good.
with. Like, I can say as an overall, the midfield's been underwhelming, but to pretend
Thank
that
you.
Conor Gallagher's been
Thank
the
you.
best out of all of them, hell no. If I'm picking anyone, it's with a gun to my head, and I'm saying Caicedo. I'm not saying Enzo, and I'm not
I
saying
don't think
Gallagher.
he
I'm
has
saying
been
Caicedo.
great though. For the price you paid for him,
With
he
a
should have
gun
been
to
much
my head,
better.
I'd say
Half the time he
Enzo,
has to
Lewis.
play in a double pivot with Conor Gallagher, who can't stay in position and leaves him to hold the whole thing by himself.
For the money you paid for the guy, you
Lewis,
should
I
have
think
expected
Enzo's
Okay,
much
so
better.
then we make it a price tag thing. That's
It
different to the
is. It is. Of
No,
course.
you're talking about the performances. This is why Gallagher gets away
Ah.
with it, because he's free, because he came from the academy.
Yes,
Yet
of
the other
course.
£200 million players,
Yeah.
they're under a microscope.
That
I'm
is
giving you a
100%
neutral
true.
perspective. I'm giving you a neutral perspective of how all three of them have played, and Caicedo has been better. I don't care about the price tag. I'm talking
I think
to you
Caicedo
about
has
performance.
not been. I don't think Caicedo have been great at all. At all. In my
Well,
opinion,
I've
this
said
is what
they've
it
all
is.
been underwhelming, so
For
that's
any
fine.
club,
Guys, we're gonna have to move
club
on.
in the world, for any club in the world. Okay, you know what? For any club in the world, if you buy two strikers, 100 million and a 20 million, and the 20 million.
So again, the argument is only on price tag. So
It
I'm
is.
talking about performance.
Because it's called club resources. Because you could have gotten two different midfielders with the money, and they would have performed better. I'm not saying Caicedo has been bad, but has he performed up to
Caicedo
the
and
level?
Enzo's problem is that we spent 250 million on a pivot,
100%.
and then we don't play them together because this idiot manager puts Gallagher in the middle instead.
100%. That's
Enough.
it. The
Mo,
price
right.
tag.
I got
Okay,
that
go look at the real problem, which is my manager. Thank you.
Acabou. Right, people, make sure you're liking and subscribing.
Also, all
the
this just
boys.
to go back to the same thing that I already said, which is it's the coach. Thank you.
It's not Poch, and Enzo's been your
Got
best
the
midfielder.
slipper out.
Hold that.
Sure
We need
thing,
to-
bro.
His
What
time
can I
has
say?
not got long left. His time has not got long left. We need to get to the Liverpool segment, even though there's not much to talk about. Listen, I'm putting Will's channel in the description, in the chat. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Judge Mo, this is football. Carefreelewis, their links to their channels are in the description. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Don't be a filo da puta. Don't be a panleiro da merda. Make sure you go support. Hussam, what's going on with your club, bro? What's the news? What's going on?
You guys hear that, or in the background, or is it just me? No one hears any background noise. That's the sound of crickets. You guys hear cricket? The sound of crickets.
I hear it now. Now you said it. I hear it a little bit. It's very faint.
It's just playing it in your mind now that I've said it. Hey, Liverpool, listen, leopard don't change its spots. Our version of the leopard not changing its spots is the transfer window version. Because in the transfer window, where are FSG when you need them? You know, obviously not helping out Klopp. 2020, 2021, we were top of the league. And we got Ozan Kabak and Ben Davies when we needed a centre back. I think we need signings right now to strengthen and win this league. I don't think we can win the league without any transfer signings, to be honest with you. I don't think it's a possibility. No, actually, it is a possibility, but a low possibility. Like, we have to just be perfect, essentially, until May, until June. I think Liverpool right now on the pitch have been incredible. Obviously, top of the league, through in all competitions, top of the Europa League group, Carabao Cup halfway through to the final, FA Cup, we just beat Arsenal away with no Salah, no Virgil. So obviously, there are positive signs there. But once again, I exist in reality. I don't exist in the ideal world. I know injuries will happen from now till June. I know people will get fatigued. I know people will get tired. Konate is an injury waiting to happen. We've got Europa League football to deal with. We've played already 31 games. And from now until June, if all goes well, we're going to play around 30 games as well. So these players cannot play every single one of them games. So we need rotation. We need depth. And the fact that Matip is out till the end of the season, once again, instead of you just signing the replacement in the summer, might as well just get the replacement now. Stop wasting our time. You know, let's go win this league title, because there's a genuine possibility if we do sign a centre back that we do get it. Joe Gomez is currently being used kind of like a James Milner of our defense, because it's like when we need center back, Joe Gomez, left back, Joe Gomez, right back, Joe Gomez. Obviously, we're not going to be able to clone him and make 3 Joe Gomez's to just play in all 3 positions. So we clearly need depth defensively. I was very strong on the DM thing at the start of the season, but I think McAllister has been our best midfielder this season. Lewis will vouch, Mo will vouch, because I've done streams with them from the start of the season. I've been huge on McAllister. I've always given McAllister praise. I think he's been our best midfielder this year. We can live with McAllister and Endo there. I think centre back is a much needed thing, no? And the reason why you're not hearing anything is because Liverpool don't do transfer rumors or sagas 90% of the time. We either just don't sign anyone, or we just wake up one day and decide to trigger someone's release clause. That's all we do. So, you know, maybe tomorrow you wake up like, Ignacio, release clause triggered by Liverpool. That's just what we do. So we don't like to do sagas and rumors and all of that. If you're a Liverpool fan, you're actually more likely to get information about Liverpool from a transfer perspective via an ITK or someone like that than via like a journalist, because the journalists, and I've spoken to some of them, are more clueless than Liverpool than I am. Just because you know someone who knows someone, you're more likely to get some sort of information. But is there a possibility we sign someone? Yes. When I spoke to my guy and I asked him, like, look, is it all on Klopp? He's like, nope, because it still has to make financial sense for the football club. So, yeah, unfortunately for us, it's just FSG once again getting into the way of success, because I believe this team has what it takes, you know, for success. So, look, get a centre back, and we'd be in a much better position.
Are you
If FSG signs him at 2 million, signed him like 2 million. Like how much did you spend in the summer? 3 midfielders. Also, why do you want a centre back? If someone commented this after last stream, if you didn't know about Kwanzaa when you wanted the centre back in the summer. Am I mistaken, or that you knew about him? Sam,
what do you knew about him? Like, knew about
like
him?
You knew about him that he can play in the first team, that he can be one of the guys.
I mean, he's not playing in the first team, to be fair. He's playing Europa League.
Oh, so you don't count him as one of the guys that can fill in the Premier League?
No, I count him, but I don't count Kwanzaa in a title race.
Oh, all right. Okay, so now that makes sense now, because we didn't, like, when people talked about Liverpool and said they wanted a centre back, nobody knew about this guy that he can come in. That's it.
Well, currently Liverpool are top of the league, so obviously the target is going to be what? Win the league.
Win
so
the
if the
league.
target is to win the league, centre back.
Yeah.
Simple as.
Well,
so you're happy with Darwin Núñez being your guys' striker? You don't think you need to upgrade in that role?
I am Darwin Núñez's biggest hater in my fan base. Can't stand that guy.
Wouldn't that be somebody you'd want to go for then too?
Oh, definitely. I'd like us to sign a forward. Listen, if it were up to me, I'm bringing in Tony, Palhinha, and Ignacio tomorrow. And I'm saying, fuck this FFP shit. Let's go win all 4 competitions. If we sign we destroy everyone. You get me? But I actually agree with you, Will. I'd rather Lewis.
David Washington. We got plenty of strikers.
You can do pay as you go, pay as you go.
Yeah, man. Centre back. We have one Trevor Chalobah, Club World Cup winner, and all that.
I take Chalobah. I don't even think Chalobah's bad.
Yeah, neither do I. Let's do business.
I think Chalobah's better than Bisasi. I think Chalobah's better than Badishile.
I think Chalobah's a good centre back. That's not even any slander, but like, we need the money, and he's our 5th choice. So,
Hussam, I feel like there's a lot of gaps that need to be filled if I'm real, bro. Because I think McAllister's done very well. Enzo, he's done decently, but I don't know if he can sustain this to the end of the season. If I was a Liverpool fan, I'd want another CDM personally, especially because I feel like you don't need as much business as my club needs to win the league. I don't believe you do. You need a striker. I think you need a CDM. I think that you need another central defender and a left back. Arsenal need more than that, in my honest opinion. So, and you could maybe get away with not addressing one of them, and you could potentially win the league. Do I think you're favourites? No, I don't. But I do think that you need less business.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I think you need less business done to win the league, in my opinion. So when my fan base was writing you guys off, I was thinking, hold on, we need a lot more. We got a whole bench that ain't no good. We ain't got good backup to majority of our positions, where you need about 3, maybe pushing 4. What business would make you happy? Would you say, okay, this is enough for us to push it to the wire with Man City?
Given my football club, just signing a centre back, and I'd be happy, to be honest with you. Like, if we sign a centre back alone, I think centre back is top priority because Matip is out at the end of the season. So centre back is absolute top priority for me. And if we get the centre back in January, then I think we can win the league. So it's just about rotations for me. It's about having 100%. Because look, we have X factors in the team. Trent is an X factor. Van Dijk, Alisson, Mo Salah. That's why I think our team is currently in the position that we're in because of these four players. But I think all we need is a centre back, to be honest with you, currently as things stand, because I don't think City are as good as they were last year. That's my honest opinion. So I think
thought Gomez
City
got opened up against Fulham, bro. I feel like at times he was in the wrong positions when they were on the break. You kind of got away the fact that their final ball was poor. When I watched that game, I looked at Gomez playing left back. I was like, that don't look too good. I saw you guys get
but that's what I said about him cloning himself. He cannot cover for 4 positions at the same time. That's the issue.
But if you just get a centre back who's playing as a left back, if anything happens to
Robertson and Tsimikas are both back in 2 weeks. That's why I'm not making it like a top priority thing.
But Nunes is, oh my days, that guy can't even link up. The guy is shocking. Absolutely.
You know, Nunez is where I feel what you feel like as an Arsenal fan. And then people, as soon as he scores a goal, let your apologies be as loud as your disrespect. No, can you fuck off, please? Like 85 million. Can't even score a goal, but I'm supposed to give him credit because, like, I've had enough of this Nunes shit. I would sign a forward if it were up to me. I already told you, Tony, Palhina, and a centre back. But you know, if you're asking priorities, number one priority by far is centre back because we just don't have enough options for me.
Someone said, Northside, all you do is criticize. We have one dog called Win on our bench. How many do City and Liverpool have? Let me tell you something. Transfer window is about addressing your weaknesses. So I don't know what you're talking about to me.
He's saying he wants more dogs. He wants more dogs.
Anyway, I've got to go now. Big up for having me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Big up to you guys as well.
Take care, brother. Big up.
Like, subscribe. Hold that, Lewis. You're in 10th and you're out the Carabao Cup. But
what can I say though? That is for you, bro.
Hold that 10th place.
Don't move on your transfer targets. We're gonna hijack your ass, dickhead.
Make sure you're liking and subscribing to the guys. The links are in the description. Lewis?
He just wants another dog. He wants another dog for you guys.
He wants another dog.
Yeah, the guy in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even gonna say what I was gonna say. But listen. It's best if I don't. Will, let's quickly go back to you. What's your expectations this season for Tottenham?
Right now, 3rd. That's my expectation.
What position makes him lose his job?
Position makes him lose his job. I think anything outside of Europe for me. Coming in the first year, we still have a lot of work that needs to be on the done on the squad, and I've seen a big enough improvement in the style of football and the performance of these players that I'm willing to give another season. If he doesn't win something next year, then he's got to go. And if he doesn't get us like a serious contention for the league within 3 years, he's got to go. Like, I'm doing this 4 or 5 year BS. It's too long for me.
Fair enough. Mo, we haven't spoken about Inter. How's Inter doing, bro?
We're top of the league, bro. We're
top of the league, yeah?
Top of the league. We only conceded 9 goals this season in 19 games. We scored about 40 goals this season. We're very good, but we just don't have money. When the Chinese government come for the club, we're just gonna fold it, sell it to Todd Bowley, and that's it, to be honest. But the club
Go on, Lewis, go on.
I was just saying multi-club model. We need an Italian club. Let's go for it.
They might actually.
If he doesn't win the league, Mo, do you want him sacked?
What? 100%. There's not even a question, bro. If he doesn't win the league, we are much better than everyone else. Like it's not even close, bro. Bro, we have like plus 35 goal differential, and then right next to us, like 12 or 15.
Oh
like,
my God.
It's not even close, bro. Like Juventus are winning 1-0, 2-1, 1-0, 2-1. Like, let me just tell you, to be real about it, we have plus 35 goal differential, plus 35. After us, Juventus 17, but they're only 2 points behind us. They keep winning 1-0, 2-1, 1-0, 2-1. We win like 4 or 5. We scored 44 goals. We conceded 9 in 19 games. We
How
are
many points
much
do you
better
take?
than everyone else, bro.
How
Lautaro
much are
Martinez
you
already
clear?
scored 17 goals.
How much are you clear? Sorry.
We're only clear 2 points. Only 2
Yeah.
points, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But the goal differential, that's the difference in the league. But plus 35 and the second team, Juventus, are 17. So we're more than double their goal differential, but we're only 2 points ahead of them. Because Juventus are the kings of 2-1 and 1-0. The kings. Like they are the kings of that. But we are playing sensational football, but we got knocked out of the cup because we have a bigger fish to fry. Literally.
So why when my manager bottled it last season, were you telling me that I need to get behind him this season then? He should
Because
get sacked
you
by the same thing.
weren't the best team in the league. But we
He
are
was
this
playing
year.
the best. He was playing the best for 98% of it.
Until you got an injury, big one. Saliba, you didn't have a cover for him. Is that his fault? I doubt it. I doubt
What
that
about
it
now
was
with
his fault.
Saliba?
So let me ask you something. Are Arsenal the best team in the league, Lewis?
It depends on who you're asking. Because for me, I'd say no.
I'm asking you.
I'd say no. I'd say no.
Right, exactly. Are they, if you're gonna put your money on someone to win the league, would you put it on Arsenal in the beginning of the season?
If they had benched Havertz, potentially.
All right.
If they had benched Havertz.
They might have. To be honest with you, I thought Arsenal have a chance of winning the league, but the chance is getting slimmer and slimmer. The difference between me and Northside is that Northside treats Arsenal as 2004, but it's 2024, right? So that's the difference. It's 2024. Yes, you want to win the league and everything. I'm going to keep you consistent. Arteta progression this year, goes to a quarterfinal or a semifinal of the Champions League, goes toe-to-toe with City and Liverpool, lose it on the last day or something. That's called progression. But there are no signs of this. I actually think, looking at Arsenal at the moment, Arsenal are closer to bottling top 4 than actually going toe-to-toe with City and Liverpool. Looking at the signs and how the transfer market is going. If you finish outside of the top 4, I think he needs to go beyond Arteta, in my opinion. Edo has to get sacked. Like the whole project phases or whatever needs to get demolished. If you finish outside of the... If Spurs, with a new manager like this, and with players like what they have, and with the signings that they did finish above Arsenal, I think there has to be a volcano in the club. There has to be an eruption. Everybody gets out. And you have to start over. And you have to completely change your approach. Completely change your approach. You'll have to go for... You might have to sell even the likes of Saka. And I'm being serious. You might have to sell the likes of Saka, 22 years old, and go for a ready-made players now. Because you tried it, right? You tried it.
Okay. Yeah.
Now you're gonna do the... That's what I think. Yeah, go do the super chats. Yes, let's do the super chats. Let's see the slanders that we got.
Let's do the super chats and then wrap up.
Someone, before we do the super chat, someone asked if they finish 4th and Spurs finish 3rd. Same for me. Same. There is no excuse for Arsenal Football Club to finish below Spurs this season. There is no excuse. Because if Spurs can do it with a manager that came in 4 weeks before the season and didn't sign top-notch players and didn't spend millions and millions. Madison was 35, 45. They signed Havertz for 65. So that means the business was done wrong. If they finish below Spurs, and I'm taking Spurs as a benchmark here, because this is the club that hired the manager and we didn't know anything about, playing good football, didn't sign superstars. Brennan Johnson is from Forest, for fuck's sake, right? Madison was a fantastic player. But you guys are the people, Arsenal fans are the ones that told us that Odegaard is in a different pedestal than Madison. And I said Madison is a better player. You guys, a lot of Arsenal fans sat here and told me, nah, they aren't even in the same category, bro. And they raved about Kai Havertz when I said, instead of signing Kai Havertz, go fucking sign Madison. 45 from Spurs, put 50. But they said, no, we have Odegaard. He's fantastic. Well, you die on that hill. It's up to you.
Amen.
Say
Preach,
amen.
preach.
Listen, big up, boys. Listen, love for jumping on. Love to everyone with the super chats.
Did you do the super chat?
Big up NS Statman Lewis, Corrupt Gavel Hussam. Listen, big up to you, bro. Love for the super chat. Love for the super chat. Should Chelsea sign Eddie if he's a mid-table player? Apparently, Mo is an accountant, but he's actually a fraud. Arsenal must sign Tony 100 mil.
David with Hamza's picture? Did I ever claim that I know, or I just challenged Northside that we both don't know? We're going off reports, aren't we? We're only going off reports, aren't we? So don't be a fraud and accuse me of shit that I didn't say. But thank you for super chat. Thank you for helping the channel.
And also no to Nketiah at my club. Eddie out the room.
What the
Thank
fuck?
you.
Like they have Broya and Jackson, they go sign Nketiah.
That would kill me inside. That would literally kill me.
You can have her Charleston.
I don't even know.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Sorry, that took me a long time.
Assalamu alaikum to This Is Football from Bosnia, bro. You never you never walk alone. Yeah, assalamu alaikum assalam, habibi. But I'm not This Is Football. It's Hussam, and he fucking left. So hold that.
Galadog is available if someone rates him 45 mil plus add-ons. Will,
please.
Can I ask Lewis a question? Genuinely, forget that you're a Chelsea fan. Do you think Conor Gallagher in this day and age is worth 45 million, Lewis? Honestly,
no, it's English tax. That's it, homegrown.
Really?
Tax.
You don't think he's that?
He's worth.
No one worth 55 million when we sold him for that, but it's homegrown tax.
You really think? Okay, you don't think as a player he's worth 45 million at all in this day and age?
Nope. You can get anyone to run around. That's fine. We could play a little bit, whatever. Cool. Yeah, he ain't worth that.
Will, you think he's worth 45 million?
Yeah, I'd pay 45 million for it.
Why? Why do you think that?
I think that he's a player that breaks lines. He's a player that is press resistant. He's a player that, yeah.
Sorry, brother. Gallagher ain't press resistant, my friend. That guy gets tunnel vision when he sees two players running at him. And you don't break the lines. I'm sorry, my friend.
What do you mean break the lines? What do you mean
you're
break
getting,
the lines?
You're getting work rate and you're getting a bit of breakup play if he doesn't get fouled.
Hold on. Will, what do you mean break the lines? Passing wise, the guy's passing ability is not great.
I'm not talking about like through balls or anything like that. I'm talking about in transition, breaking lines. So you have your midfield lines, your front lines, and in transition, moving the phase of play from one to the other. That's where he has quality, and that's what we need in the system.
I don't think that's his best ability at all. I think his best ability running around, tackling players, roughing opponents. That's what he does. I don't think his passing ability is
on the ball is an attribute for this guy.
No, on the ball he isn't fantastic at all.
Palace, he was fun. He was.
No, he wasn't actually.
No, Palace was his level. Palace was his level.
Remember, Will, you are playing a progressive brand of football. Well, you don't need a player like that. You need a better player like from this guy.
Yeah, we need a better player, but I mean,
yes, exactly. 45 million.
Better players. So
I don't think Conor Gallagher.
Like if I could go pick like a 6'8" that I would replace Højbjerg with, it wouldn't be Conor Gallagher. But I'm saying for this system, if you had to have Højbjerg or Conor Gallagher, who would you pick?
Højbjerg.
In the Postecoglou system.
Højbjerg.
No, I wouldn't.
Højbjerg. I tell you why. Well, let me tell you why. Well, Højbjerg would give you 5 to 6 goals if he plays consistently. Am I wrong?
Not this season. In the
no, not
system,
because
yes.
he doesn't play consistently. But Højbjerg statistically can give you 5 to 6 goals a season. Break like late runs to the 18 or stuff like that. Conor Gallagher might not give you a goal for a whole season.
He's got the most shots in the league, I think.
He might not get you a goal. That's the difference between you can use Højbjerg though.
Yeah, but Højbjerg
you can
in
use
this system.
Højbjerg will also get you a lot less fouls per game too. By the way, Gallagher's got the most fouls in the league.
Yeah, we got Basuma. He's like second, so we're used to that.
Basuma's probably a lot better.
I think as a team, we have the most yellow cards are up there. We're close to like most yellow cards in the league
because they are
not. Nah, it's us. It's us. It's got to be us by a mile. We give away about 13 fouls a game.
Do we average? We average like 4 or 5 yellows a game.
Yes.
Let me see. I'm sure we got the most yellows in the league.
We actually do.
We average like 4 or 5 yellows a game.
I'm actually looking up the stats on the Premier League website. Actually,
yeah, we're top. You guys are 4th.
You're top.
Yeah, we're top for
in
most
yellow cards. Oh wow.
Yeah, we're top. Nicholas Jackson's joint top for yellows with 8.
How does he get that many yellows?
You're 4.
Oh, we argues with the ref for fun, man. There's always beef in the ref. Poch told him to stop getting yellows for beefing the ref, and then he went and got a yellow the next match for beefing
And
the
remember,
ref.
Chelsea, I think Spurs have two straight reds. No?
With what?
1.
1?
2. 2 what?
2.
Romero was the only straight red.
Wasn't Bissouma?
Yeah, Romero's a straight red. Udogi was a double yellow.
And Bissouma twice. 1 straight red, one double yellows.
Yeah, you're right.
Bissouma was
The most recent one was a straight red. Yeah.
So hold on. Chelsea, Spurs have 4 reds already.
Yeah, Liverpool has more than us. Liverpool has 5, I think.
No, they have 4. Burnley have 4. Chelsea have 3. So yes.
So
anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, but so for me, on the Conor Gallagher aspect, I just don't think that Højbjerg fits the system. Like in a double pivot or a Conte system or a 2-man midfield, I think Højbjerg's a guy. I actually think he's a really good player. I don't think he's a bad player at all. I just don't think he fits this style of play. He's too awkward on the ball to help do things. So if you're looking for, like, I don't know exactly where Ange Postecoglou would put Conor Gallagher. Does he play him in the Sarr position? Does he play him? He's not going to be in the Bissouma role. So for me, I don't know exactly. And that's the thing. Højbjerg's kind of a guy without a home, right? Like we don't really need Højbjerg anymore, unfortunately. I think Højbjerg is. You're talking about long balls over the top, diagonal balls from midfield into the box. Højbjerg's probably one of the best. He can put it on a dime for you. But there's just so many other aspects of his game that he's not good at.
Yeah, I'd say the same for Gallagher.
If you don't get Gallagher, Will, who would you like to bring into Spurs?
I want Gallagher, but I want.
So he's your number 1 target, yeah? For you,
Kone is my number 1 target. Personally, I would pick Kone from Mönchengladbach, right? He's a French midfielder. He's really good dribbler, super aggressive in the midfield, like as far as like recoveries and tackles and stuff like that. Not the best passer, but neither is Bissouma. So for me, that's where the role. I don't think Conor Gallagher fits that. Like he's not going to be Bissouma. He's not even Bentancur. So look, if our midfield's completely fit, I think it's Bissouma, Bentancur, Madison. I think that's our best midfield. So Conor Gallagher for depth. I would rather see Conor Gallagher come off the bench than Oliver Skip. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Very low
I get
bar.
it. You know the thing. You know the thing. I don't know if you agree, Lewis. Yeah, but it's like the signings for Tottenham right now. They don't move the needle for me. You know what I mean? It's more they can do a job. Like when you look at Werner, can do a job. I know you haven't signed him permanently, but can do a job. When you're looking at Conor Gallagher, can do a job. And the problem I've had at my club is these players that can do a job, sometimes you've got to rely on them. And we've had injuries. And then all of a sudden, when you're relying on these guys and you're going for something, let's say Champions League football, or you're going for the league and you're counting on these guys, that's when you really see that, you know what? It's frustrating, these kind of players, because they don't do anything for you. They're only
You know what it is? These players that can do a job, they usually don't do a job. That's why I usually just say, oh, they can do a job for you. Like, you might catch them on a good day, might give you a little 6, 7 out of 10, something that doesn't really completely frustrate you over the full 90. But in reality, they're not great. Like, this Dragusin guy, like, I don't know too much about him. From what I've heard, he's a potential sort of centre-back, but he's not going to start. He's just going to be depth. We'll have to see on that one. Can't speak too much ill of him, though.
Start for a while.
Just made a bad decision over Bayern Munich, but it is what it is. In terms of Timo Werner, I feel like you just picked a forward for the sake of picking a forward with that one. Like, who's available?
100%. Exactly. Who's available? This guy, get him
forward. I heard he was their 4th choice forward at Leipzig. Like, the guy's fallen down the pecking order that bad from, I think, being their record highest goal scorer to this. And he's not even over 30.
Look, this is our.
It don't make sense.
This is our fan
At least
base,
we got him off a good season. You guys, like, you got the wash version. Injury prone.
This is our fan base, though, right? Like when Dan Juma, you guys remember Dan Juma? He plays for, I think he plays for Everton now, right?
Yes.
He came to us on loan. We hijacked their deal to go into Everton, and in our fan base, Big Demum said he's going to be the guy. He's that guy. And there's a lot of fans right now that are saying that Timo Werner is going to be that guy. He's going to be a good guy. Look, I don't expect Timo Werner to do anything other than be a body on the pitch that can at least run at people. But
I do see people do this a lot though. Like when you have a player that's crap and they're not really doing anything, they end up having this little cult. You just want to believe some sort of good performance into what they hype up.
They do what makes him sleep well at night. That's what people do.
Spurs,
I call it. People do what makes him sleep well at night. Literally, they do that.
Give him a little bit of prop.
Spurs fans are still waiting. Spurs fans are still waiting for Brian Hill to come good. Spurs fans are still waiting for Richarlison to come good. Spurs fans are still waiting for Oliver Skip to come good. There's a lot of just garbage players at our club that our fan base just rates for whatever reason. I don't know. And anytime I talk about
too
it,
emotional.
like,
that's why.
I
gotta realize because every time you go after a player, you get a bunch of stands getting annoyed about them. In reality, it's like, yeah, but they get tribal about players. Like the people,
they do.
Get tribal about your tribe. Like, you should want
anybody can get thrown under the bus. If you're not good enough,
you should be wanting what's best for your tribe, not like sabotaging it.
Yeah, but it's tribalism and banter, right? It's all about banter and tribalism. People just they won't speak objectively because they're scared of slander, or they're scared of like saying their opinion, or they're scared of like half the Arsenal fans were underwhelmed by the Havertz, but they wouldn't say it out loud because they're scared of the slander and the banter. They wouldn't say it. But I'm sure because there is no logic to it for you to be convinced that this guy would work. Like Timo Werner, there are no signs for this guy to work. If it works, it's a miracle. It's a simple thing. But people are like, oh, he's fantastic. But I think it's a fun, or people just make it to banter other people. But anyway, listen, it is what it is. Football fans these days. It just
yeah, but I mean, for me, Ange, for whatever reason, like he called up Werner himself, and was like, I mean, there's something Ange Postecoglou sees there. I don't see it. It's gonna be his. If this Timo Werner thing doesn't work out and he doesn't put him on the bench fast, it's gonna be his fault, right? And I'll hold him to that because if you called the guy up and tried to convince him to come back to the Premier League, yada yada yada, that's on you. That's your hat you got to wear. I'm not one of these fans that say, oh, you can't get everything 100% right. No, you can't. But if you don't get it right, you're responsible for it. You can't pass the buck. If the manager's calling up a player trying to get him to come to his club, he's responsible for how they perform. Fact. Period. End of story. No conversation. And then,
oh my god! I've just seen a video of Pochettino trying to coach Specs, and I want to off myself. Oh my god! What is happening to this club, bro?
Nah, Lewis, come on, man. Misery loves company, man. Me and you, both our clubs
This
in the
guy
mud,
looks
man.
clueless already.
What is that club doing to my guy? Listen, people, make sure you're liking and subscribing to the boys. Will's channel, once again, it's in the chat. I am going to put it also in the description. Judge Mo's channel is in the description. Just hit 10K. So congratulations to you, Mo. And Lewis, I mean, if you don't know Lewis, I don't know. Do you know about
been under the rock?
Pick up.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Why? Oh no, I'll let it go.
Let it go. I think someone in the chat. Let it go.
No, it's not the chat. It has nothing to do with the chat. I'm talking about like the Conor Gallagher thing. You do realize that it's like has one of the most progressive carries in the league this season, right?
Let's just move on.
I'm just saying he's averaging 2.2 per game. 2.2 progressive carries per game.
Listen, Lewis.
Conor Gallagher.
We want 2.2 progressive carries per game.
That's in the 88th percentile of all of Europe.
That's great. Like I don't care about the percentiles. I watch him every week. I watch him pass the ball backwards and commit about 4 fouls a game.
I'm not talking about passing. I'm talking about carries, right? You said he wasn't press resistant.
Yes, because I've seen him go against 2-3 players and just get bodied, or just lose possession, or just stumble and figure out. I've seen him do that in 20 yards of space, let alone in a press. So
I gotta
Listen,
work.
guys.
Victoria's not an agenda. You think I don't want to
work,
go
bro.
live
Just
on
fuck
pressure?
Thomas is cutting off, bro.
Come on, man. He's just crap.
Listen, we can have this debate again. Listen, Lewis, big up to you, bro. What have you got coming up on your channel, bro?
Well, I've managed to sell off the Fulham ticket, so we're going to be doing a watch along tomorrow. I'm not waking up and traveling for the early kickoff. I've done that. So stay tuned for the watch along tomorrow morning. And God willing, we win. Pray for my football club.
Nah, come on. We need extra content. Hopefully they lose. Listen, it is what it is.
Gotcha.
Listen, for you, because you're my brother, I hope they win for you. But yeah, man, it's one of them ones, man. Listen, love Lewis. His channel link is in the description. Mo, plug your thing, bro. What have you got coming up, Lex?
Footy Judge Mo, I'm not sure. I might do a celebration of 10K in 2 hours, and I might not. Depends on work, of course. But people, tomorrow, match reaction later at 8 p.m. And also check out the counter views shows every day, midday or 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. UK time with fantastic panels. Northside, Will is there, Hussam, LB, Sava, Kunle, everyone is there. So please, we'll see how it is. But make sure to go and subscribe to my channel on the way to 15K, hopefully soon.
Come on, man. Come on. Mo's channel, the link to his channel is in the description. Make sure you go like and subscribe. And yeah, support Mo, bro.
Someone said he's going to run Enzo agenda instead of celebration. Yeah.
Listen, big up to you, bro. Love for jumping on. Will, plug your stuff, bro. Tell the people where they can find you, what you got coming up next.
Yeah, so over at Tottenham Away TV, I'll probably be doing a show tonight. It's just kind of like a review of the transfer window. We'll be talking about, I'm going to try to get some Spurs fans' opinions on the new signings and stuff like that. There's a big debate right now between whether Timo Werner is going to suck or whether he's going to do something. So we'll probably yell at each other a little bit and we'll have a good time with that. And then, yeah, then I got a fragrance channel too. I think that's the link that you threw in the chat there. And so if you like men's fragrances, hit that up. We're on the road to 10K over there as well. So it's a good deal.
There you go. People, make sure you be supporting. You know what I mean? Make sure you go support that. Listen, love Will for jumping on. Big up to the panel. Without further ado, we're out. Arteta out. Edu out.